Okay, well, good morning, 7th grade. I hope you all are doing well. Today we are moving on to a new lesson on 11.6 on division. Now, if you watched yesterday's video about multiplication, this one should be quite easy and straightforward. So we're on page 499, and we will get to page 500 today, so that's exciting. We're on division. Okay, now you guys remember some longhand division the old-fashioned way, right? 12 divided by 4, that's just 3. Or another way we could have wrote that, 12 divided by 4 is just 3, right? 4 goes into 12 3 times. So that's pretty straightforward. That's easy. So now, in the same way as we had with multiplication, when we have 12 divided by a negative 4, when one of them is negative, what do you think is going to happen? We have one negative sign. Guess what? The whole answer is going to be negative, like negative 3. And the way we write this up here would be 12 over negative 4 equals negative 3. Okay, same exact thing as multiplication, just looks a little bit differently. And so then, what if we had negative 12 divided by negative 4? Well, guess what happens? We have 1, 2. When we have 2, we always have a positive answer. Okay, and so because we have 2 of them, the answer then is back to a positive 3. Okay, invisible plus sign right there, positive 3. Okay, so let's say we had negative 6 divided by negative 3, right? What would that be? That would be positive 2. Why? Because there's 1 negative and 2 negative. Okay, whereas if it had just been negative 6 divided by a positive 3, divided by a positive 3, that's going to equal negative 2. Why? Because there was only one negative sign. So just the exact same as multiplication, just with the only sign being different is the division. Okay? So let's do some examples, and we'll work through these. So what if I had one like this? 42 divided by negative 3. Well, the way I'd set that up is I would come down here to this. Remember, the first one always goes inside, and the negative 3 goes out here. So how many times does 3 go into 4? 1 time, 1 and 2, that's 4. So 0, so 14. But guess what? How many negative signs that I had? I had 1. So the final answer is not going to be 14. It's actually going to be negative 14. Okay? And then if I had something that looked like this, negative 45 divided by negative 9. Okay, what's 45 divided by 9? Well, that's 5. But what is my sign? I had a negative and a negative, so what's going to happen? They're going to cancel out, and the answer is going to be 5. Okay, it's going to be a positive, because when I have 2 negatives, I always have a positive. Okay, so let's go over this rule. So it's pretty easy. Same signs equal positive, okay, for both multiplying and dividing. Same signs equal positive, different signs equal, you guessed it, negative. Okay, these are just the rules, so you learn this, you'll be good to go. I know most people don't struggle with this. This is very straightforward, so that's fun. Also, if you divide, so we're going to do if you divide by 0, it equals 0. If you divide, it doesn't matter what the bottom is, negative or positive. You can't have a negative 0, right? You always just have 0. So keep that in mind whenever you're dividing or multiplying by 0. It doesn't matter what the sign is. It's going to be 0, okay? So let's do a more complicated one that has a little bit of our order of operation. So negative 24 divided by, and then we have parentheses here, divided by negative 3 times 2. Okay, so we always do what's in parentheses first, right? So what is negative 3? We have one negative and one positive, so that's going to be a negative 6. Okay, now we have negative 24 divided by negative 6. Now look here, we have negative and negative. So what's going to happen? It's going to become a positive. And what is 24 divided by 6? That is 4. So our answer is positive 4. Okay, so again, order of operations is PEMDAS. Okay, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, or division, multiplication. It only matters from left to right, addition and subtraction, same way. Okay, so if you need to write that down, go for it. This lesson is very straightforward, especially after yesterday. So what about this one? Negative 68 divided by 17. Okay, now I'm going to come down here and write 68 divided by 17. I'm going to have to guess a few. I'm going to guess 6. Let's see what that'd be. 2. Uh-oh, it's not going to work. 102. Nope. So I know not 6. Let's try a much smaller number. Let's try 4. So 4 times that. Oh, there's an 8. And I carry a 2. Ooh, 68. Got it. But the answer here, look at this, is not 4. Why is it not 4? Because of this negative sign. So it's actually, answer is negative 4. Okay, in case you couldn't see that clearly, the answer to that one is negative 4. Okay, pretty straightforward. Honestly, I don't think you guys will struggle with this. So if you, I'm just going to write this again, right? A perfect example here. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 12 divided by negative 4 is negative 3. Why? Because of this negative sign. And negative 12 divided by negative 4 equals positive 3, because there's 1, 2 of them. Okay? So there's your answer key to help with this lesson, but it's literally the same thing as multiplication. So that's nice and dandy. So our homework is on page, can you guys believe it, 501. We made it to page 500. And we're going to do 1 through 37 odd. Okay, make sure you don't do all of them, just do the odd ones. 1 through 37 odd. And that will be our homework that will be due on Thursday. Okay, we're in almost to our last week, so hang in there. I know I'm sure you're tired of doing online school, but you guys got it, okay? Mr. H is over and out. I miss you guys.